Okay, in the previous video, we learned about how we can export the data from the single table. In this one, we will modify the code in such a way that it should be able to export the data from any model or any table that you specify. Okay, so the command will be now having the model name as well. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll actually keep this export data.py like this. Okay, so we will modify this code. Currently, this code is actually generating or exporting the data from this student model, right? But I want this code to be smart enough to search for the model that we specify and export the data accordingly. All right, so how to do that? And you already know that we have already created something like this in the import data command as well, right? So what we are doing here, we are actually taking the apps and searching for the model name inside all the apps, right? So the same way we will try to implement. Okay, so now we don't want this thing now. Okay? We don't want to import student because we don't know from which model we are going to export, right? So that will be dynamic and the model name will be coming from the command itself. Okay, so now I need to import the apps now. Okay, from Django.apps import apps. Okay, so I have the apps now, and this will be the command and export data from the database CSV model, and this help text can be anything. Okay, so this is your wish. And then first thing, we need to accept the model name from this command, right? So the proposed command will be now python manage.py export data and the model name. Okay, so this command will accept the model name. And next, what we are going to do is inside the handle function, we need to actually, okay, so before the handle function, we also need to add the model name, right? So we need to accept the arguments. So how to accept the arguments? Just write a function, add arguments, and arguments will actually accept self comma parser. Okay, parser will allow us to write the argument with the command. Okay, so now parser dot add argument. This will take the model name, model underscore name, and the type will be str. Then argument help text will be model name. Okay, model name. Okay, so at this point we are actually taking the model name as an argument, so we will catch that inside the handle function. We'll say model name is equal to kwargs. Inside that, pass this model name. Now we have the model name. Okay, so now we are getting the model name which is coming from this export data command. Okay, next we are actually going to search through all the registered apps for the model. Okay, search through all the registered app or all the installed apps for the model. Okay, now you might be asking, the model name is already coming from the command itself, but why should we search for the model? We already know the model, right? You know, what if you try to export the data from the model which does not exist, right? So in that case, we need to check whether this model actually exists in the project or not, right? If the model does not exist, then definitely we are going to throw him an error, right? So that is the reason we always need to make sure the model exists or not. Okay? If that doesn't exist, we will throw him an error. Okay? So that is the reason we need to search for the model name inside the apps. But inside which app we are going to search for the model? Because in one your Django project, there can be a multiple apps, right? So that's why we need to loop through all the apps inside the project. Okay, I have already explained that to you in the import data command already. In here also, I'm just telling you that we have to search through all the apps, okay? Because the model that is coming from the export data command can be inside any app, right? So that is the reason we will loop through all the apps. So first of all, we will initialize model is equal to none, okay? And then we will loop through app config. So for app config in apps dot get app configs. As I said in the previous video, in the import data, we have already used this get app configs, right? So this get app configs will have the metadata of all the apps. All right, so that's why we are actually looping through all the apps. Okay, so we will first try to get the model. Okay, in the try block, we'll say model is equal to apps dot get model. This get model is actually a inbuilt function of Django that takes app label and the model name. Okay, then it will return the model object. Okay, so apps dot get model, and it will accept what? App config dot label. Okay, app config dot label. Okay, dot label, and then model name. Okay, so it is get model function will accept the app label, and app config label is nothing but the app label. Okay, so it is nothing but this one. Let me show you this. This is actually accepting this one, data entry or any other app that we have in the database. All right, so this is accepting this one, and then it is also accepting the model name that is coming from the command, and then it will return the model object. Okay, and here we will break the code once we found the model. Okay, break or stop executing once the model is found. Okay, once the model is found, we don't have to loop through the apps again and again. Okay, so we will break the code. So what if we don't get the model? In the else case, okay, not else case, it is we are into the try and except block, right? So we should say except lookup error. Okay, lookup error. Why? So this will throw a lookup error. Get underscore model function will throw lookup error if it doesn't get the model with this app label and model name. Okay, it will throw lookup error. Okay, so it is already in the documentation. I have already shown you that in the previous video. Okay, so if it gets the lookup error, then we will pass it, because I want this to be keep running on the next model. Okay, so this apps.getApp configs will have multiple apps. Okay, it is trying to check for the model in the each app. If it doesn't get the model in one app, then it will throw lookup error. Then it is going to search for the model in the next app. Okay, so that's why we are passing it. Okay, so now all the apps are done, and if it does not get the model, if not model, in this case we are going to give him an error, self.std error, self.std error dot write. What will be the error now? Model this one, model name, model could not found. Okay, so whatever model we are passing from the command is not found. Okay, and then we will actually return from here. Okay, we don't want to execute anything, we just return the command. I mean return in the sense just return this error and stop. Okay, so that's why we put a return. Now next fetch. Okay, so these things we have already done. Now here what we need to do, we need to fetch the data from the database if we get the model here. Okay, so how to get? So students will become data now. Data is equal to, it is not student now, it is going to be model dot objects dot all. Okay, so we got the data here, and then we are actually generating the timestamp. Let it be like this, and the file path we can actually remove this students. Instead of the students, we will put this model. Okay, model or model name. Okay, exported model name data with this timestamp. This is the CSV file that is going to generate. Okay, and then we are going to open the CSV file and write the data, right? So here with open file path, and this will be same, and the writer is equal to csv.writer to that file, and then write the data rows. I mean before that we have to write the header, right? So writer.write row the CSV header will not be like this now, because this belongs to roll number, name, age belongs to the student table itself, right? So this one now should be dynamic, because if you run python manage.py export data student, then of course this will be name, roll number, name and age. But if someone put model name will be customer, then the field name will be different, right? So in the CSV file, the field names, the header is going to be different, right? So that is the reason we will actually fetch the field names from the model that we got here. Okay, so this model we have, right? So we got some model here, and we are actually taking all the fields of this field names of this model and print it here. Okay, and print it here. All right, now I am going to write the list comprehension method now. So just open a list now. Okay, open a list, and what you have to do is you have to actually, before that, this could be a little bit confusing thing. That's why I want to write the comment. So here we want to print the field names of the model that we are trying to export. Okay, we want to print the field names of the model that we are trying to export. Okay, so this should be dynamic, and what I'll do is I'll say for field in model dot underscore meta. Okay, underscore meta is actually an API which Django is providing, and it contains the fields. It contains all the field names of this model. Okay, if you run this underscore meta dot fields on this model, then it is going to have all the fields of this particular model. Okay, so this model can be student, this model can be product, this model can be customer, okay, anything. So it is going to give its corresponding field names. Okay, so with that field name we are looping through. Okay, so once it is there, and because this is a list comprehension, we are actually going to say here, just before for, I'm giving a space, and here I am saying field dot name. Okay, so this field will actually have the name attribute. So we are actually saying field dot name for field in model dot meta fields. So underscore meta dot fields will have all the field names of this model. Okay, so that's what we are printing here. So this writer dot write row will actually print the field names of any model that we are trying to export. All right, so this will run one time because this is the header. Next, we want to write the rows, right? So in terms of writing the rows, this is not for student in students now. This will actually become for dt in data. Okay, we are looping through the data that we got here. Okay, we got all the data of any model. Okay, and we got the data, and we are looping through all the data here. And here also we don't know whether it is roll number, name or age. Okay, of course model can be anything, right? So that is the reason we want to actually print the value of the model that we are trying to export. Okay, so now this will also be a list comprehension, and I am actually going to say for field in same thing, okay, for field in model dot underscore meta dot fields. But here what I'm going to do is I am actually going to say get attribute, get attr. This is a function. This will actually take the data. Okay, this will actually take the data and the field name, field dot name. It will take data and field name in each loop. Okay, this is actually a loop itself. Okay, so you must be knowing the list comprehension in Python, right? So this is actually a loop. Okay, so for field in model meta fields, and this will be our value. Okay, so this get attribute will take the data and the field name, field dot name, you see here, right? And this will actually print the proper data inside the column. Okay, so you might be asking, why am I using get attribute? Why can't I use dt like this? If you want to try dt, then I can show you that what is going to happen. Okay, I'm just going to say dt. Okay, for field, okay, of course we have to use field, but it is in, a grayed out mode. Okay, yeah, I just want to see what happens. Okay, so that you will get the difference. I'm going to run this code now. Python manage.py export data and maybe students. Okay, I have two models. One is student and another one is this customer. Okay, so I'll show both of these. Export data students. Okay, model. Okay, so students could not found. That is because, see, I put the students with the lowercase s, right? I will capitalize this. Just say model name equal to keyword arguments model name dot capitalize. So now if you give it like this, okay, sorry, it is not students, it is student. Okay, so you see data exported successfully. And if I reveal in finder, okay, so now if you look at this, it just printed name in all the columns. ID is, roll number is, name, everything is name, right? Because we are actually printing the name here. Yeah, we are not printing the attribute of this fields, right? We are just printing the value in every column. Okay, so that's why it is like this. We are printing the name or data in every column. So that's why everywhere it is name. That's the reason I want to use get attribute. Okay, so this get attribute will actually take dt. Okay, I mean the data, comma, it will access the field name, field dot name. Okay, so that it knows that which data to put in which field, right? So that's why I use this. Now let's try to run this. I'm going to delete this one. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, now export a student, and here you can see roll number and everything is here. Okay, similarly, if I put, I have one more model, right? So this is my customer model. So I'll say customer, and you see data exported successfully. Let me see, this is student and this is customer, and you see customer name and country, everything is here. Okay, so this data, if you want, I'm going to provide you that. Just download that data and import it into your, using this import command, you can import it to customer table. All right, so that's how it is going to work. And if you put something like this, it is definitely going to give you error, okay? Because we are searching for the model before we try to export it. Okay, so that's about exporting the data. And yeah, so that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next video.